Is there such a thing as medical child abuse?
We are now having our medical child abuse panic. We had one back in the 80s and 90s where police were interrogating children and there were false allegations and people's lives were ruined. Well, we now have a new thing. We believe there's something like 1,000 to 2,000 cases a year where a parent has a child who is not recovering or not responding to traditional medical care. So they start seeking second and third opinions. Well, one of the definitions in what's called medical child abuse that's become a new hot topic in psychology and psychiatry is that the parent is shopping around for opinions. Well, I think anyone can relate to if your child has a syndrome that doesn't seem to be getting correctly diagnosed and treated, you're going to shop around and go to different experts. And there are horror stories of people's lives being ruined where their children are being taken away from them. And these are not bad parents. A lot of times they've been found after investigation to be totally have done the right thing. We had one instance with the Mayo Clinic where when they heard that the parent was taking their child out of state to a different facility just to see what they could come up with, in fact, they reported them for medical child abuse.
Well, I should have known with Boston Children's. The way a parent should approach this, don't look for the ultimate doctor for the diagnosis. Find that doctor, that pediatrician, that internist that will work with the family to guide them through the process and help them make decisions which make sense. But most people, reading a couple of textbooks does not make you an expert. And the best physician should be an extension to the family, not an obstacle. Understand that. Now, if you do it that way, no police agency, no one's going to report you doing something wrong because you're doing it in the guidance of the doctor that you've been using all the time. When you go out on your limb, you run the risk.
I think your point's well taken because, I did a lot of research on this. In the cases where these things are happening, just as you're saying, the primary medical person is not involved, and that's why it starts to become questionable. But again, so your ideas are fantastic. I think it's definitely the way it should be done. You should be doing it under concert of one particular primary care person. However, again, with all of these cases, there's not 2,000 cases a year of this. What's happened is it's a panic and it's getting reported. And until this thing gets really looked at, we're going to have a lot of problems like we did in the 80s and 90s with child abuse.